Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, most amazing, beautiful viewers. I cannot wait to get into today's reading. We'll be looking at a very important message from your spirit guide team that you're needing to hear right here, right now. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across the reading, the message was meant to find you. Now we have 3 cards to choose from, which I'll be revealing shortly, that I just pulled. And we'll also be pulling a charm to help guide you into whichever pile you're feeling most connected to energetically. Now, if at any point you are pulled to any of these cards, I will put the timestamp below so you can select 1, 2, or 3. And let's take a look at what this message could possibly be about. So for option 1, you guys have card 15 with Play With Me. Card 15, Play With Me. Option 2, you guys have 38, Surrender, Sensitive Sister, Be Moved by the Moon. Surrender, Sensitive Sister, Be Moved by the Moon, number 38. All right, option number 3. And we have the 31 with Harvest Mother Watches Over Me. Harvest Mother Watches Over Me, 31. Okay, let's pull your charms and see what we have. For pile 1, Play With Me. You guys got 2 charms. One is this. I honestly have no idea what this charm is at all. It kind of is reminding me of like a cartoon sort of figure here, but I'm not quite sure what it is, and a star. So take a look at that. Got to sit with the energy here to tap into what this is all about. Option number 2, you guys got the mountain in a round sort of circle, scenic mountain landscape. And option number 3, you guys got a seashell. Beautiful seashell. Looks like a conch shell. Okay, so let me move this thing out of your way. Option 1, option 2, and option 3. I will leave the video running for a bit. Take as much time as you need. And if you're called to more than one pile, it could just mean there's multiple aspects and multiple messages here for you. And that's absolutely fine. Just use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear throughout the reading to determine whether it is your message. And I will see you at your pick. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1. You guys picked the Play With Me number 15 and these 2 charms right here, the star and the one that I couldn't figure out, that I was trying to sit with the energy. So we will get into this energy to see if you resonate before we reveal your oracle cards, which I have not looked at, and see what the messaging is from your spirit team. We will be asking your spirit team to deliver a right here, right now message you're needing to hear. An immediate message. So although this video is timeless, it's something you're needing to know right here, right now. And if you resonate with this sort of energy that I pick up here in the beginning, then you can certainly stick around for the reading, which I'll put a timestamp below, and we'll get into what the messaging is. So beautiful pile number 1. The Play With Me card is all about needing to take a break, because we're either overworked, overstressed, or really involved in something that has us pretty focused, maybe drained, and we're needing to take a break from something. And possibly it's because when our energy is very much wrapped up in something, sometimes we're getting the polar opposite outcome than what we want, like something not working, something being stuck. We're very fixated on fixing something, and sometimes when we pull our energy back or take a break, focus on something else, sometimes things work out on their own. So there's an energy here of things kind of working out on their own, or you returning to something and things kind of shifting energetically for you, but you needing to more pull the energy away so that you're able to just focus on something else that brings you joy, happiness. Okay, the play with me is lighthearted energies. It's doing things that we actually enjoy doing. Okay, and maybe you don't have the privilege of, I don't know, taking a break or, taking time for yourself, but this is indicating something that you're really kind of dedicating yourself to, that maybe instead of focusing completely solely on it, if it's not working out, to pull your energy back and see what happens. Okay, now this little charm, which I said I don't know, and I still don't necessarily know for sure, but I know intuitively what I'm getting here is like there was a cartoon my kid used to watch, okay, and it was Oswald, and it looked like a little octopus, and it was the cutest little cartoon, and this is reminding me of Oswald, and it looks like a little ball on his foot. Okay, although I know this isn't an octopus, is certainly what it looks like. I have no idea, but it looks like he's playing with a ball. Okay, and so the play with me, this looks like he's kicking around a soccer ball or some sort of football. And I'm getting a very lonely sort of energy here. So I don't know, are you involved in something that you're feeling alone? Like you're trying to move the ball alone, I feel. Or it should be something that should bring you joy and happiness, although doing it alone or trying to make something happen, it feels more heavy than it does joy. Like I'm getting heavy sadness here from this little charm. And I still don't necessarily know what it is so much. Maybe you guys know what it is, but this is what I'm picking up intuitively. And then we have the star. Okay, star is Aquarius energy. Doesn't have to be your sun sign, but Aquarius energy comes with changing the way we sort of see things, outside the box thinking, being very different and unique in our perspective of how we come up with solutions, and yeah, like just maybe even being a little bit of a rebel, being a little different, thinking differently, doing things differently. And this is all about our wishes, our hopes, our dreams, our vision for the future, what we're sort of destined to do here. I think you're focused on something that I think you have a very good sort of idea or understanding of what you want to attain. And I don't know if you're losing hope or if this message is about hope, to maintain hope, or what it is you're supposed to sort of be doing here. We already got some of it, pulling back energy or focusing elsewhere rather than the thing that maybe we're trying to attain here, like a star we see in a distance, but it's difficult to grab a star, and it kind of keeps us moving in a direction. But we might feel very lonely, or like, are we having to figure something out here? Like a game has rules, and I don't know that you're enjoying yourself so much, is kind of what I'm feeling here. Okay, so 15 is the devil in the tarot, and the devil is about unhealthy ways sometimes that we are fixated to things, or we feel stuck to things, bound to things, but in reality we're not really stuck or bound to anything, and these chains are illusions. So mindsets could play a part. Devil could mean obsessions, so we could certainly be obsessed with maybe trying to attain or have an outcome, and we're very dedicated, and it's a lot of intense sort of emotions coming through. And that is Capricorn energy. So we have Aquarius and Capricorn. So if any of this sounds like something that you're resonating with, we will take a look at what the messaging is. I will lay out these cards, and throughout this process, you can tune in your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether this is indeed your message. And if you're tapped in to your intuition, you can go straight away to the timestamp and click on the main reading, which we'll get into. But I can't promise that channeling doesn't happen throughout this card layout. So we don't have too many today, oracle cards, but let's take a look. So we have Karma 65, number 11. 11 is a master number about divine inspiration. Okay, so staying inspired here. It's about synchronicities and the encouragement to keep going. So that was coming through with the star, giving some sort of hope here. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. I feel like maybe you're alone in something here and it doesn't feel quite fair. Discernment. And we have these three vases, or double-handed vases, pitchers, jugs. Discernment. Okay. We have integration, number 30. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Okay. We have collar, compliance, duty, and restriction. I'm getting loyalty from this just because I see the dog. I feel like you are loyal and dedicated to something, although with this restriction, I feel it's restricting you. I still feel there's this bound sort of devil energy coming through, being bound to something. Okay. We have a big question mark with all these jewels, and it's the number 44, and 44 is also coming through as a master number. Its integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and a temple, and its manifestation and leadership. With a question mark. Okay. We have this beautiful oracle card, 28, with protection. Wow. What's going on here? Protection. Number 10. 10 is completion, end of cycle, transformation. 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune, which is about destiny. Star is about destiny. There's something destined here. Also, 15 could be the number 6, which is the Lovers. That's also something destined here. I'm feeling destiny coming through. Allow. Okay. And Soul. Oh my goodness. Look at that card. And we have shift the way to new potential, 29, or the number 11 coming through. So now we have 1111. Okay, 1111 is a very synchronistic number here. It means we're on the right path, very destined. Lots of master numbers. You have 3 master numbers, and 3s are all about growth. Mind, body, spirit. And the angels are with you. And we have protection here. 3 is also about relationships and initial success. Okay. And we have community with these beautiful butterflies. This is also about transformation. Butterflies are freedom. We were feeling restriction here. Butterflies are about freedom. The rainbow, which is about hope. Okay, so now we have a lot of messages coming through about hope. It's also the different shades, okay, because rainbow has diversity of colors, which is talking about the way we kind of see things from many different perspectives. And here we were talking about what we perceive as positive and negative might impact situations. And we have discernment here. Okay, so let me sit with this energy, and we might pull some tarot here shortly to give us more insight and see what this messaging is all about for you. Beautiful pile number 1. Okay, pile 1, this message is coming through. I think you're in a situation here that involves other people, okay? At least, for sure, at least one other person, but I feel like it could be a group of people here. A situation in which I feel it's not going very good because I do feel it is unfair, okay? So something's happened, it's not quite fair, and it could have been quite hurtful, and you're not quite sure what to make of this. I feel you are involved in trying to maybe, I don't know, like bring peace back, justice back to you, or there's some sort of dedication I feel you have here in this situation. But your message from your spirit team is saying for you to sort of accept what has happened with an understanding that things will be rectified for your own justice, okay? But you're heavily protected here in this situation. But how we overcome this is by pulling our energy away rather than being engaged, rather than trying to proactively sort of continue to fix things or make things better or get involved with righting any wrongs. You're being encouraged to pull your energy away. And that there's an acknowledgement here from your spirit team that yes, whatever has happened was unfair here and things will be righted. But you do not need to remain loyal or dedicated or committed to a situation here that you feel you need to have maybe people see your point of view or have other people shift how they perceive what's happened here. I feel like you feel almost like your authority almost, or your own power is in someone else's hands, or this group of people or this community of people, that they are determining whether this thing works out or whether this thing's going to be achievable for you for the future here. It's almost like your future is in someone else's hands, or so you feel. But the message here is that from within you is the creation. From within you is really where this thing's going to be birthed, and it has no impact on anyone else. Although on the surface it might involve other people, or you might in your mind see how other people or how things have to line up. But whatever vision you have right now of this thing that's supposed to unfold in a certain specific way, you're being told to kind of throw that out the window, at least temporarily, and see this as something that is shifted completely different, that the power is from within you. Now, whatever is going to turn right here for you, to align things for you, it is going to be coming from you and not from anyone else, and that you're highly protected during this period of time. So if you're fearing judgment, or like this thing will slip, or you'll miss out, or things will shift worse, you're being told that whatever this is protected. It won't be pulled from you. It won't get worse. It won't be something that gets worse if you turn away. You're supposed to allow what has sort of happened here, but allow yourself to hone in your own energy here and take a little bit of a break. Because whatever the situation is, it's going to come to you, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it, and the tables will shift. So if you weren't having buy-in or agreement from whoever you are working with here, you will certainly have a shift in this, okay? But it's going to take time, and it's not going to take your involvement in convincing, coercing, or changing anything about yourself or a situation to make this happen. This is something that is going to happen. Now, we might be hanging on to energy within of when this works out or when this turns around. It's going to be kind of a fine line between being resentful or angry, or still wanting to go back to old ways, or something about you potentially hanging on to the energy you have right now, and you're being asked to release this. So if things do shift, if tables do turn, if you start to feel like justice is being brought to you, do not sort of fall back into the same pattern of energy that you have been in, or that perpetuated this thing. And I'm not saying you created this issue. I'm saying the energy in which you were in resulted in whatever energy you were engaged with alchemizing into a situation that's been very heavy for you. And so I think it's been taking a lot of your time, your energy, your dedication, and it feels very unfair. But it doesn't have to take all of this energy, time, and dedication and focus. It really doesn't. And so you might believe this to be true for whatever reason. And so we tipped the scales, and then we became involved in that sort of reality. And so when we take our foot off the pedal, the gas pedal, and we are able to see from sort of a different energetic space, we start to understand things a little bit different than how we're seeing it. And so it allows the energy to shift. And so we come in with more vigor and we're able to shift the energy of this project or whatever this thing is here. I feel like the biggest fear you might have is the uncertainty. Like, so I do feel like maybe you're trying to control something very much so that it works out in your favor, or an outcome that you're envisioning here. But I feel like the more you focus on this, the more energy you put towards this, it is not creating what it is that you want to see, and it creates and perpetuates the same sort of energy that was getting it sort of stuck in the first place. But this is something that is supposed to be fated in a way that's going to turn in your favor. And so you're just being asked to sort of review how you've been involved and what your mind or you're seeing with your eyes here and what you're understanding with your mind could be one small little aspect of your experience and truth, but it's just one small sort of area. There's a whole other side to this whole thing that you're not seeing. You're not seeing. Yeah, you're not seeing. I keep hearing you're not seeing. So we can only see certain things, right? Because we can't see everything, every possible thing. But when we're in the weeds of it, when we're in the thick of it, when we're really fixated on an outcome, when we have our emotions sort of tied to something and it starts to snowball, it starts to become even more concentrated. I feel like there's many other moving pieces and aspects here that's involved, but it's removed from you. Like it's needing to have these different pieces sort of come together. So when you do come back to revisit whatever this is, I feel it's going to be more of a natural flow because it's going to manifest easier for you. And throughout this sort of break or this change, energy shift, perspective shift, you're heavily protected. It's going to allow for a sense of freedom here, and it's going to allow this project, this situation to transform. Because I feel like right now you feel stuck, or like you have no other choice, like you have to engage in the way you're engaging, and you do not. So, simple message, although I don't know how easier said than done. We're going to look at the tarot to see if there's anything I've missed here. Spirits, from pile number 1's spirit team. This one's really wanting to come out. Pile 1's spirit team. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. What is this immediate message they're needing to know right here, right now? Immediate message for pile 1 from their spirit team for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Feeling it like that. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed and so grateful that you're here. I do realize you can go see any tarot reader on YouTube, and I do appreciate you coming to this channel and watching this reading. So, what do we have? 6 wands, 6 moths, okay, in this deck. Guess what the 6 of wands is? Victory. It's doing the lap of victory. I think you want to have success. Again, the star, okay? So you want success in something. You want to accomplish something here. You want to be victorious. And I feel with community here, and even with the 6 wands, it's like being sort of celebrated by other people, being recognized by other people, you know, other people giving us accolades, being victorious in something here. So you can have success. Okay, this is the success card. Let's take a look and flip these all first. 5 of moths. This is the 5 wands in reverse. I'm going to read them as they come out, although I'm reading more energy than I am too concerned about reversals here. Judgment and King of Moths. So we have 5 wands, Judgment, King of Wands. King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We have the Emperor in reverse, Aries. We have the 8 swords, okay, and we have the 2 of swords in reverse, and we have the 4 of cups in reverse, and we also have the 7 of pentacles in reverse. Okay. the energy is pretty consistent here. So I do see people involved here, okay, with the 6 wands here and 5 wands. So I don't know if we're competing with other people or we feel like other people are against us in some way. Okay, but 7 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 5 of Wands in the reverse. It's almost like a give up energy. Okay, and I feel like the give up is the energy that we're shifting. We're no longer focused our intention on whatever it was that we were really fixated on. It's like we're putting down our wands or fight, you know, to compete, to argue, to battle, to try to make her point, to go against whoever we're up against here. Okay, and this isn't about us giving up and saying, okay, this person wins or I give up on the situation, but this is strategically allowing the situation to change energetically. Judgment, this is the karma card, okay? And we had karma right here. This is our realization, an awakening here. So judgment brings about karma and justice, because when we're in sort of the whole truth and see the whole truth as it is, the situation also has a chance to breathe and bring about justice. And so if there's anyone else involved, they can see everything that's kind of transpired to this point in time so that truths can be acted upon, okay? Because at this point, there's nothing remaining but truth. So we can either deny truths, okay, or we can act opposites of good karma. And I'm talking about like other people involved, or they could see a truth and accept a truth. But right now, if there's a situation, I feel like there's no room for there to be a period of time for truths to kind of come out, for realizations to come out. Okay, so the King of Wands is an entrepreneurial card, because this King of Wands is somebody who is very focused on making shit happen. Very focused, very successful. Okay, so King of Wands right beside the 6 of Wands. There could be ego in play here. And we could not want to lose, you know, we want to win. Obviously, I mean, who doesn't want to win? But we have to re-examine, what does winning look like? And what exactly is this win for? Is this win something about our ego? Are we actually going to win when we get what it is that we achieve? When we sit here in karma, are we going to be looking at this that we did, I don't know, whatever it was that we had to do in order to win something that we thought was the outcome, but it was more the ends justify the means? If that's how you say it, you know what I'm saying, right? The journey to the success. We have to look back on the journey of the success and say, how did I get there? Am I proud of how I got here? Is there any ego part of me that's kind of involved in this? Because sometimes the King of Wands does whatever it takes, despite other people's, maybe, I don't know, despite other people. Okay, sometimes very self-focused and a little bit too, yeah, like narrow-minded when it comes to accomplishing what it is that he wants in some way. So we have the Emperor here in reverse. And so the Emperor in the shadow attributes, it could be this ego, okay? Because the Emperor is divine masculine energy, which is a doer, gets things accomplished, is successful, is empowered to make things happen. In the reverse, it could be somebody who wants to have it their way, who's very fixated. Okay, so I don't know. If you're dealing with somebody here who, again, we are getting that devil energy coming through, right? Like, it could be a stubborn energy, an immature energy, or someone really in their ego in some way of having their way in some stubborn way. But I'm also getting the other message in regards to the giving up, because Emperor in reverse is like we no longer are engaged in trying to do something about it. We're not taking action. Okay, so now 8 swords. This is the mental prison that we're in by limiting ourselves in this world because of certain thoughts that we have that keep us sort of stuck. So we tell ourselves we're not good enough, smart enough, whatever enough, or we cannot because of whatever reason. We cannot. Okay, Emperor in reverse. And so when we tell ourselves this, we sort of believe it, and so it remains our limitation and we stay sort of stuck. But I feel like this is talking about the way we're seeing a situation is very blinded, okay? Because in the traditional 8 of Swords, the lady has a blindfold on and is in sort of one-track mind. which I think is limiting this situation. So I don't feel as though you're telling yourself, well, you could be, I don't know, it's coming up for someone. Like, I don't know, someone might be saying they're not capable or not good enough or whatever the case may be. But the messaging I'm getting more so is the way you're perceiving the situation unfolding, or the way you're having the victory in your mind, or what you're set out to have the victory, is actually limiting you. It's not going to allow there to be full potential growth in a situation here that I think it is what you want to attain. So 2 swords in reverse. We are, again, in the energy of surrendering. Now, surrender doesn't mean we give up on our dreams. Okay, surrender means we accept and allow the universe to do what it needs to do. So we no longer sit humming and hawing, not taking action, but still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Okay, because we don't want to maybe give up on something or let it go, or we can't fully make it happen either. And so we sit here 2 swords. We surrender to the universe to allow something to happen here. Okay, so 4 cups. This is the card of being bored and just seeing all the things that cannot work. And it's like the energy of, I only want this, I want nothing else, and nothing else could satisfy me. And so we lose out on the cup that the universe is offering us because we're very fixated in an energy of that sort of thing, okay? And yes, sometimes it's difficult when we're fixated on something. And so that's the only thing we see, and that's the only thing we want. But if we are doing what your guides are saying here, by making space, there's going to be a realization here that the universe does want to offer you a cup that I think is what it is that you want for yourself for the future. And that's going to bring you a lot of victory. But if you're too fixated in some sort of mindset where we can't see it, we can't allow it, we can't receive it. So we need to surrender. And you might feel as though if you're surrendering, you're kind of giving up on all the energy and effort you put into something. You've been invested, okay? But don't worry about this, because again, how you get there doesn't matter so much as you getting what it is that you're wanting in some way. And I feel like how you've been trying to get there energetically, or whatever you were doing here, was maybe putting towards something here that at that time couldn't manifest. It was a dead end thing no matter how much you invested. Okay, because this is like the dedicated card of putting in time, energy, resources, money, and throwing things at it, and we can never harvest what we want. So we just feel very tired. So we throw in the towel and say, you know what, I'm going to cut my losses because I can still attain something here by shifting this energy. So this is your message. And I'm curious here, and I feel like this was the only thing that was supposed to come out, but I do want to see, then what are you going to attain here? Having given this break, like, are you attaining this exact thing, or are you going to attain something better? Like, what exactly is this blessing here that you're getting? Because it is protected. I feel like there's some sort of attainment, treasure that you're wanting. So, Spirit, a deeper sort of look here at pile 1, and what can they look forward to attaining here if they follow this instruction from pile 1's spirit team? What can pile 1, so that they understand, what do they have to sort of look forward to here to attain? So we have Justice. That's so funny. I don't read bottom of the deck in reverse. Justice. Okay, you got Judgment, you got Justice, you got Karma. And what was I talking about? Something's been unfair. It's been unfair to you. You've been seeking justice. You've been trying to get something balanced. You've been trying to maybe right wrongs in a situation, so to prove your point or to make yourself valid. Okay, and you might be 200% valid in a situation here, but if the situation itself cannot bring justice and equality to you at that time, there's a need to shift how we're investing. Okay, so what did you have to attain? You have justice to be brought to you in a situation. 7 cups in reverse. So 7 cups is about, sometimes things are very muddled, very confusing. It could be having way too many options, you know, keeping the back door open, nothing really solidified, nothing really committed. And so it can cause a lot of confusion here. And so we're coming out of this. This is something's going to become 100% clear and certain, you know, with this sort of truth. Like it's going to be 100% certainly clear to bring justice and balance to you. It's not going to be a muddled situation that's unclear. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, yeah, the moon in reverse. So that's pretty much this Seven of Cups in reverse. It's coming out of how we're seeing things. I just need a sip of this. When we're in moonlight energy, we start to see things how we want or what we think, and we start to project. But the moonlight is very different than the daylight and the sunlight, because in the sunlight we actually see clearly. So I don't think you're seeing very clearly here, okay? I think you're very, again, pigeonholed and seeing something because we're in the weeds or minutia of something, and so we're fixated on some sort of thing that we see that's not necessarily true. Okay, so let's keep going. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So coming out of the moonlight, coming out of confusion, Queen of Cups is a compassionate queen, okay, deep emotions, very creative, very intuitive. I think you've been pouring a lot of yourself into something here. And so again, it's releasing that energetic, emotional energy that we're firing into something here, okay? It's like not investing all of our emotions into something here, not investing all of ourself into something, giving of ourself completely to something at the expense of, again, something coming out here that's going to be just. Hangman in reverse. So this is what the whole reading is pretty much about, like very fixated on our point of view, you know, at the expense of something coming together that's just in balance. So it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We're very fixated, and that's the only thing we're sort of seeing is one sort of track mind. And so when the Hangman is in the upright, when the card is in the upright, I should say, then we're seeing things from a polar opposite sort of point of view. And it's also that Aquarius energy, a complete different perspective that we needed insight on. So we sat with judgment to have this sort of aha epiphany that would have never come to us. So there's something going to come to you when you pull away here energetically that will shift your mindset, shift the situation, allow you to see things completely different. But right now we're in the weeds of it, so we keep seeing the same thing. And that was this diversity, seeing the different sort of ways we could see something. Okay, 10 swords. So this is an ending. Okay, 10 swords is putting something behind us that needs to end. And I feel like what needs to end here is a mindset, a fixed mindset, the energy in which we're sitting in, this situation and how it's unfolding. I feel there's some moonlight energy, some confusion, some imbalance. We need to put an end to that energy by shifting things completely. Okay, so ending of this sort of situation and how it's unfolding right now. And the Three Pentacles in reverse. Again, people coming through here, because the Three Pentacles is working with another, you know, working where we work, like, and create things with other entities so that we're able to produce something of value. Okay, this is cooperating, this is collaborating, showing up, being able to create. And I feel like you're restricted right now of creating something you want for self. Okay, and I do feel it involves other people here. So we need to pull away from this, okay? If we were trying to give it our all and emotionally invest in something here where other people weren't showing up, or where there just wasn't an environment of cohesion, balance, then instead of giving more and staying focused on this, sort of like this Hangman in reverse, then we pull our energy back and call it quits here, okay? And focus on something else. Something's going to shift here for you. So, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, this is, well, pages are about communication. So I feel like with this in reverse, it's like, again, pulling back our emotions, not getting so wrapped up in whatever energy we're sort of putting into something, but this is the opportunity. And it's like the page in the upright of Pentacles is chasing up on an opportunity and excited about an opportunity and available to sort of look at things. I feel like this in the reverse is saying this opportunity in which you're sitting in right now is not an opportunity at all. in the energy it's sitting in. The opportunity will sort of make itself available to you. Okay, come out of whatever sort of Seven of Cups. Right now it's a muddled situation. There is nothing really here. Okay, and we might see something here that's not here, but the dust needs to settle. The smoke needs to clear in order for something to be worked upon so that we can manifest something. But I feel like whatever you're trying to manifest in the situation isn't. So what does your spirit guide say? Something's going to come out of any sort of unclear situation where something isn't manifesting. Once you change the way you're sort of engaged emotionally, mentally, physically, okay, and balance will come for you to trust this, for you to understand you will have some new perspective once you've given this situation some space. Same with anyone else involved here, okay? Maybe these people go away and other people come in that can help you in a different way. Maybe these people have an aha moment and then understand how they're supposed to work with you a bit better. Maybe they're really fixated on having their way until you say, you know what, this doesn't work for me. Not like this anyway. I'm not interested in following up on this. I want to be free to do my own thing. Explore, you know? And enjoy yourself, because it should be something you enjoy. And I feel like it's a one-man team. Yeah, I feel like it's a one-man team. You're Oswald kicking this little soccer ball and no one wants to play with you. So, pile number 1, this is your message. I hope this helped you. I love you guys very much. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, my beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. Let's get into your energy check before we reveal the messages from your spirit team. So we're looking at your spirit team, your spirit guides, and this immediate right here, right now message that they're wanting you to know. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, the messaging was meant to find you if you resonate. All right, so it's what you need to know right here, right now. And let's tap into what this is about. You guys picked the card 38, Surrender, Sensitive Sister, Be Moved by the Moon, and this mountain. So this card is all about our intuition and us having a deep knowing, us being very connected and understanding something we cannot see, feel, hear. And so we might think it's crazy. We might think it's crazy. We might not even know exactly how it's going to manifest, because everything around us, even people around us, might be telling us it won't happen or can't happen, or we believe that with our mind that what we're feeling inside can't be real or isn't true in some way. And so this card is saying to trust your feelings, your intuition, what it is that you feel and know inside is true. Okay, confirmation that it is true here. And so I feel like something seems very stuck, almost impossible with this mountain. Mountain's all about obstacles, unmovable things. We might feel like we can't get through. We won't get through. We might feel very much at the mercy of circumstances. And so we might keep falling back to the reality. I mean, mountains are giving me pentacles, like practical things we can't move or we can't do anything about. And so therefore it keeps us maybe stuck or fixed on something. Meanwhile, with moon energy, you know, this is something that allows us to transcend past any obstacles, any fixed energy in order to make things happen, because the universe can make anything happen. There is no such thing as obstacles, okay? So yes, there might be reality in mountains, but whatever this is, there's a need for you to understand that your energy is going to shift things dramatically. So do not sort of tell yourself that you cannot attain, or that what you're feeling and knowing inside is not true or cannot be changed or fixed in some way that's going to provide you with what you're wanting or feeling or knowing could be something for yourself. Okay, so if this sounds like energy that you're sort of sitting with, then let's take a look at these oracle cards. I do ask that you use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear, to determine whether or not this messaging is for you. So if you want to skip straight away past the intuitive part, you can go to the main reading where I will get into your reading, though I cannot guarantee that channeling does not happen as we lay these cards out. So 26, with rejoicing, you have learned how to make the most out of life. 26 is also the number 8. Okay, that's about movement, change. And so a mountain is fixed. And so something about movement here. Okay. Something about movement here. It's also the strength card in the tarot, which is having to face fears. Okay, moon could be fears. We let our fears sort of get in the way, or doubts. So there's something getting in the way here of movement. You have learned how to make the most out of life. Okay, and then we have rebirth. Wow. So in order to have a rebirth, we have to put something behind us. So I'm getting Scorpio energy here. A little egg. And this is giving me intuition. Okay, like a download here coming from spirit. So intuition was coming through here as a deep knowing and understanding. Her palm is circled here. I'm not quite sure what that means. And then she's wearing all this beautiful jewelry. Okay, let's keep going. We have equanimity. Equanimity. Okay. And we have tantric journey, 42. Oh my goodness. Or the number 6. The frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Wow, that is a very deep sort of message coming through here. And we have a signpost. It says indecision, multiplicity, and crossroads. And here we have the sun. Okay, so decision here, signpost. And we have a heart with wings. Number 18 or number 9. Heart with wings. We have abundance mandala, 37. Or the number 10. Abundance mandala. Wow, look at this card. Very beautiful artwork in this card. And we have truth. Beautiful card of truth. We have rage with a volcano erupting. And we have fall in love with your own story. 54 or the number 9. Okay. And we have opportunity with the moon coming out again. Moon is feminine energy. Moon, like I said, is all about our subconscious and could be fears and emotions. Lots of emotions coming through here. I do want to read this equanimity and see what comes through. Give me a second to see what this card is all about. All right. Equanimity. So, if we allow our thoughts to arise and dissolve by themselves, they will pass through our mind as a bird flies through the sky without leaving a trace. Equanimity, as a superlative state of being, is present in many wisdom traditions, philosophies in Eastern as well as Arabic religions. This word relates to maintaining inner stability and mental calmness, even though exposure to adversity and challenge. In today's fast-paced world, it can be hard to maintain balance when everything moves with such dizzying speed. Yet if we look to the past as a teacher of the present, perhaps we can find presence in the way we relate to time. When Gautama Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree, and awaited his enlightenment, he was faced with various degrees of temptation from the demon Mara, the lord of the senses. Through each challenge, Buddha maintained equanimity, never wavering from his center. If you've pulled this card, this exercise below will help free your mind from temptation and connect your heart and spirit to the presence within equanimity. And then there's step-by-steps to doing this. It says the mantra, my spirit emanates with the presence of radiant equanimity. I am enlightened in my own Buddha nature, whatever the weather, temptation, or circumstances may be. Okie dokie. Beautiful pile number 2. I feel a beautiful energy coming from you because I feel you're very passionate. Very, very passionate, okay? But I feel as though we might be not choosing to do something that might push us outside of our comfort zone is kind of what I'm feeling here. And so I feel as though we might get in our own way and we might be unhappy. And the longer we sort of maintain doing what we maybe always have done, we start to experience what we've always have experienced. And I feel this is a perpetuating thing. And I feel like you're tired. And I feel like you want a lot of change. I feel like you want, because you have so much soul, I feel like you want something different for yourself. I feel like you know that there's something different you can have for yourself. But I feel like your set of circumstances seem very real to you, like they're limiting you from achieving this sort of very deep, soulful thing that you're wanting to connect to, but you're wanting to see this in your everyday sort of life. Perhaps in a relationship, perhaps in your career, perhaps your day-to-day activities. They're getting kind of dry and potentially not allowing you to really rejoice in the life you're living. You don't feel free of heart. You don't feel like you're living your truest, most authentic self. You're feeling very fixed and stuck and committed to fixed situations. And this perpetuates some sort of disappointment, or maybe makes you lash out or not be happy with situations, and then it might perpetuate more of the same. So what your spirit team is showing here is that there is a lot of depth to you, and what you feel, that you know that you can tap into this, is true. Although whatever it is that you're engaged with in your world, in your practical world, or what you see in front of you, is a manifestation of your own creation. And that's hard to accept at first blush, because we don't want to accept sometimes that we are creating worlds that are disappointing, that make us angry, or that make us feel bored, or that make us feel like we're in repetitive cycles, or make us feel stuck. But the world is beautiful out there, and there is something here that's going to free your heart. And I feel like for all of you guys, you know what connects to your soul. And so you're sitting with this decision to choose this. And so you have to ask yourself, or really be honest with self, are we choosing to do sort of the same thing, or be stuck, or making it a reason for why it cannot happen for us? Because we subconsciously, there's a reason we feel we cannot fully embrace that for whatever reason. Either we're not prepared, or we feel like we are not deserving, or we just tell ourselves something that isn't true. And so we remain fixed and saying, because of all of these reasons, I have to stay. Because of all of these reasons, I have to be unhappy. Because of all of these fixed reasons in my world. But nothing is fixed in your world. Nothing is fixed in your world. And so what you're connecting to on a deep, deep soulful level here is what's pulling to you for a reason. Okay, it's pulling to you for a reason. And I think you've heard it. I don't think you've known how to act on it. And I think you feel maybe like you've been trying to silence it. And maybe you've been trying to make do, or tell yourself you're happy in your situation. And the more you do this, the louder this voice gets. And so there's frustration here, because you feel you cannot act on that. But then you also feel as though that voice gets louder when you try to tell yourself to commit to something here that is not bringing you what it is that you're connecting to on a soul level here, on a very deep, sensual level. Again, whatever this thing is, the creative thing you really want to pursue, and you're dedicating all your time to a 9-to-5. A relationship that has you soulfully deep, but yet we're, I don't know, committed to someone else or something else, taking up our time. So our heart wants to be free. Our heart knows the utter truth, because it's an inner knowing. And this would require us to be reborn And so when we are reborn, it's a scary thing here, okay? But I feel like you're getting this information from spirit, and your spirit team is showing that there's something here you can rejoice in, that you can make the most out of what's around you to connect to what's going on within you. But that's a choice you have to make, and that there's all of these different aspects that you can experience here. But if we're really committed and fixed to whatever's going on around us constantly, then this is the same results we sort of get. But I feel like you're on the verge of blowing up in some way, like you've had enough. And so fall in love with your own story. I feel like you've been trying to tell yourself that your story is what you're invested with right now, but inside there's a knowing that this isn't aligned, that the outside doesn't align or connect to something going on within you. And so we could pretend, and we could deny, and we could suppress and reject. But until we get honest and clear, then we make that decision in our life to go down that path. Okay? So you're at this crossroads to make this decision at any point. This isn't something that's going to come to you to just on a silver platter here in some way. This is something that is in front of you right now that you're needing to choose, that can happen for you. Okay, we might not be seeing that as it being our choice. And why we're not seeing it as being our choice right now is because it might be easier to blame the circumstances that keep us stuck or that hold us back, because it's our comfort zone, or it's something that we tell ourselves we have to do at the expense of something that's really calling to you here, okay? That's going to align your soul and your purpose and your passion, your joy, your sensuality, and everything you kind of stand for, to celebrate, to make the most out of your life, to chase on this opportunity, to have abundance. So let's see what this thingy is about here. Just give me a minute to get this box now. Yes, okay. Abundance Mandela, 37. What's this all about? Prosperity. Beautiful. As you meditate upon this beautiful mandala, notice how its pulsating energy draws your attention to its light-filled center. Feel the frequencies and colors flow through your body, mind, and soul. Life is magical. Every moment is brimming with creativity and potential. Be mindful of the enchantment around you. Feel the light and life force within you, and imagine your energy embracing the entire world. Keep your focus on whatever you are doing at the present moment in time. Abundance is yours. Believe this and begin to see opportunities surrounding you. The energy of creation is inexhaustible. It is forever within and around you. The universe is listening. Why not speak to her? The universe loves you. Why not accept her love? The universe is inside you. Why journey far away? One breath and you are here. So, living in the abundance that we want for self, knowing the universe can provide this, that we're not in the prison of our set of circumstances physically, that we at any point can open our arms to the universe, but we have to take action in saying, universe, I choose this. We have to tell the universe we choose this. We have to get very clear about this. Okay? Indecision, crossroads, and multiplicity. If we sit indecisive and we don't tell the universe that we want to attain the thing, we stay in whatever situation we're in, and it causes frustration here, I feel. Okay? So yes, maybe there might be a need to sacrifice something here in some way. And maybe this is the reason we're sort of fearful. Okay, but I feel like the mind might be painting a picture of something far worse than what you actually need to do in order to attain this. Because all you have to say to the universe is exactly what you want. And say, I'm ready to receive. And I'm ready to act on that when the universe puts it in front of me. And so the universe makes it so that this happens in a way that unfolds beautifully. Okay, so let's ask Spirit for pile number 1. Pile number 1 Spirit team. What is, sorry, not 1, pile 2. Pile 2 Spirit team. What is pile 2 needing to know about this message? Right here, right now, message for pile 2. What are they needing to know? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so, so much. What does pile 2 need to know from their spirit team about this message, this right here, right now, immediate message? So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse reveal itself, and we had a million cards flop out. There were way too many, so if they want to come out, they will come out. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and we have one card flying just like that. Okay, 3 Pentacles. This is creating something with another person, with another entity, coming together. Okay, this is us creating something here, but having to become available to cooperate. If we don't choose the decision to make ourselves available to cooperate and to build and create, then there's nothing to create. And I have a feeling we're not making ourselves available with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, not chasing the opportunity that's put in front of us. So I feel you know what this is. You're at this crossroads. You're not chasing this, okay? Knight of Wands, fast-moving energy, and it's a passionate energy, and the Knight of Wands goes exploring. I feel like you're not exploring this. In fact, I feel you're sticking to what you know here with this 8 Cups in reverse. This is an inability to walk away from something that doesn't emotionally satisfy us. We're not emotionally happy or satisfied, but yet we remain in this situation at the expense of manifesting something we want to create. We shut this down. We don't pursue it. Okay, so Knight of Swords. This is fast-moving energy as well. This is confronting what we need to confront here, okay? This is confronting truth. This is, no matter sort of the battle, we're ready to confront, okay? With truth and honesty, and go to battle and do whatever it takes here to make something happen. So, 4 Swords. 4 Swords is the reflection and rest and sort of being stagnant here in an energy of reflection, needing to heal. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, destiny, things moving in our favor, divine timing. I'm going to pull a card here for this 4 Swords. Why is the 4 of Swords here, spirits? What's with this 4 Swords? We have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has stability. Okay, and she could be the single mom card here because she makes everything happen. She can make things happen here. So I think you're providing something maybe in your world right now. You're the stability potentially. Okay, and I feel like you're committing yourself to this. And so I feel like it keeps you stuck. And I feel like with this 4 Swords, it's sitting with the truth we know, but sitting with 3 Swords. So the longer we sit with 3 Swords, which is all about a pain and suffering, but a truth that we know, which I think we know we're at this crossroads, but yet we commit to something we're already committed to in some way here. So we can't manifest what we want. We have the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I was feeling that. And it is in the reverse. The World in reverse. Yeah, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so 3 Swords. Pain, suffering, separated from the ones we love. Heartache, okay? Because there's something here you really connect to on a soul deep heart level. We cannot martyr ourselves or commit ourselves to something that doesn't allow us to be happy when it comes to our true knowing and our soul purpose, because it will catch up to us and we will end up raging, okay? It doesn't do anyone good, even the ones we're trying to be strong for. So there's something we need to conclude that has been successful. It's over. Okay, the world in reverse is like we are not allowing ourselves to move on to something that would emotionally fulfill us. We're still hanging around something here that needs to be concluded. And this needs to be concluded in order to have a new beginning. So your spirits team here is saying, whatever situation you're in, you're dragging it out because emotionally you're not happy and you know this. And it prevents you from taking this wand and following in your passions, moving towards this new sort of direction. Okay? You're not pursuing this because you're investing in something here that you feel you have to sort of, I don't know, be stuck to in some way, and you don't. That's the messaging. You don't. It's causing lots of pain here. So you might feel as though you'll have to grieve in some way. You know, 3 swords in reverse. It's like, it's either you feel the pain is going to be worse than it actually is, and the universe is saying like, no, it's going to bring you happiness. Like, this is successful. You know, that the pain you're thinking you're going to experience here in maybe in what you sort of anticipate is a lot greater than what you're actually going to experience. And that could be the presence of the moon here. So in the moonlight, we're saying, oh my goodness, like, I'm going to be having to recover here and sit in this 3 swords, and it's going to be more than I can handle, and so on and so forth. And the universe is saying, no, like, we just have to conclude what this is by accepting it. And that I feel like the pain is not going to be any sort of 3 swords here. It's going to be a realization that you can conclude something, and it will make you available to something else that you can commit to, that you can have success, that you can manifest and build with. And I don't feel like there is any sort of trade-off here. I feel like it's all you telling yourself that you cannot move on from this. And you're telling yourself this for whatever reason. So I do feel like you need advice here on that, okay? Like, why you tell yourself this? Maybe it's the 3 swords again. You know, you don't want to suffer in some way. But I think that's, again, with the moon presence here, it's like you think you're going to experience some sort of 3 swords, and it's not as intense as you're thinking. The 3 swords you're feeling is about you being connected to whatever this is and you not being able to explore that. That's where the 3 swords is, okay? And so you can pretend like it's not, or tell yourself it'll go away, but this voice is getting louder and louder, pulling you to it. Okay, so let's see. Advice for pile 2. What does pile 2 still need to know? What's going to help pile 2 make this transition? Please, Spirit, clear and concise, allow me to channel whatever this message is in a way that will help pile 2 understand what they need to do. Okay. What do you need to do? King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, don't read bottom of the deck in reverse. So we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. Married couples. Stability. Mother and father. Committed. Security. You're committed to someone or something here that you're working with currently. And we have the 9 wands in reverse. We have the 8 wands. And we have the 3 of wands in reverse. And we have the 6 of wands. Oh my goodness, you guys. And we have the 6 of pentacles in reverse. And we have the 10 pentacles in reverse. Okay. So I just read what I see here, and sometimes it takes a while for things to sink in, okay? I feel like there's a committed situation. It could be a family situation, a work situation, something that provides security, stability, something you're dependent on and provides stability with. It no longer brings you emotional happiness. It's not allowing you growth, okay? And I feel like it's an imbalanced situation and will continue to be imbalanced. And why it continues to be imbalanced is because it's not going to feed your soul. It's not going to feed you what you need. What it feeds you is something for sure. Okay, but it's imbalanced because whatever it's feeding you, you don't need. Whatever it's feeding you, you won't need. Okay, you feel you need it. You feel you're stuck to it. You don't need this. It's an imbalanced situation. So all these wands, passion. Okay, and sometimes we feel like we don't want to follow our passions. And so we commit and martyr ourselves to a situation that isn't feeding our soul. But I see here so much passion, desire, to follow something that speaks to your heart. Okay, and I feel like in order for you to get on this path, to have movement here, have success here, there has to be a realization that where you're staying is not going to bring this forward. So we have the 9 wands in reverse. This is retreating. Okay, this is retreating. And so I feel like instead of being open to this opportunity, we retreat. We don't say, you know what? I've gone through so much here. I can move forward here. This is the wounded warrior, the spiritual warrior that has another fight in him. Okay, I feel like you're retreating, and I feel like this isn't allowing you to expand, isn't allowing you to grow. 3 wands. This is getting on our ships so that we can expand, make a future for ourselves that we like. It's blocked here, and it's blocked in this situation. It's stuck here. Okay, so we want success. We want to have victory. We want to have movement. So we need to allow things to move. We need to follow our passions. Okay, and we tell the universe we're ready and prepared to do what it takes here. Okay, and it'll come to us step by step. I don't think this is a big turn overnight that you're fearing here. The 3 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like whatever situation you're in right now emotionally is very surface, okay? It's not emotionally fulfilling for you anymore. Whatever maybe brought you emotional fulfillment, happiness, it's not. It's going to become one of which we sit here not accepting some sort of truth, okay? And the truth is you're being called sensually, passionately, creatively. You're getting downloaded by spirits to have this rebirth of self, to recreate yourself. And maybe, like I said, this mountain, this 10 pentacles, this family situation, this long-term commitment work situation, this fixed thing that you're dedicating yourself to, you can no longer find balance here for yourself. Okay, and the world means it was successful, but it's time to close out this chapter, accept this in some way so that we can move forward, so that you can have expansion, forward movements towards what you want, what's speaking to you, rejoicing and celebrating your life, because you only have one life. Pile number 2, this is what I have for you guys. Beautiful pile 2. If this resonated, let me know. And if you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, my beautiful pile number 3. You guys picked the Harvest Mother Watches Over Me, card 31. And this beautiful conch shell that's completely wound up. So before I get into this sort of initial energy here, what is this reading about? We're looking at your spirit team, your spirit guides. What are they wanting you to know right here, right now? Immediate message from your spirit team. This is a timeless message, okay? Meaning whenever you click on it, the message was meant to find you, although this is something you're needing to hear right now. And I've not looked at these oracle cards. So in order to know whether this message is yours, I'll ask that you tune into your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether this messaging is for you. Okay, before we reveal these cards, though, I will tap into this energy to see if you can resonate. And then we'll lay out the cards. And if you are resonating with this sort of initial energy, you can click straight away to your main reading. I will put the timestamps below. So, Harvest Mother Watches Over Me. This always gives me spiritual awakening, although it doesn't say so in the book. When I read it, it makes me feel as I felt when I went through my spiritual awakening, because it's an energy here where we have to disconnect completely. We have no other choice, whatever it takes. And for some people, it impacts their whole world. It flips their world completely upside down. And we don't know how we're going to kind of get through it. But this card talks about how the universe has our back. So when we quit our job, the universe has our back. When we move houses, we don't know where we're going to live. The universe has our back. When we make a decision because we just feel we can't know more, but we're not sure where we're going, the universe has our back. So you are highly, highly protected. You are divinely guided. You are needing to do whatever you're feeling you're needing to do here, although it might really hurt and it might be confusing and you might have been pushed to this and you might have had a big fight in you. You might have resisted for a long time. And now we're at the point where we're ready to surrender, to do what it takes. And the universe says, good, child, I have your back. Whatever you feel you need to do here, get it done, because I have your back and it will work out perfectly fine. So we have this seashell, okay, this conch shell, and it's really wrapped up. So shells generally talk about emotions, but how we protect our emotions, because the shell has the hard outside and inside's that nice soft center here. And so we're guarded in some way, or we're defensive in some way, or so it's difficult to kind of pierce into this seashell. And so we might be very guarded or clammed up. And because I feel this one's very, very tightly wound, we could be sitting with our defenses very guarded, not allowing anything in or anyone, or not knowing how we can allow ourselves to feel. So maybe we need to make space so that we can sit with our emotions or understand what's happening here, but we feel very tense, or we feel very guarded or defensive, and maybe we're not given the space or feel we can have the breathing room to do what we need to do here. So if this is resonating for you, let's take a look at these cards. And like I said, use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear throughout this card layout to determine whether this is indeed your message, or you can skip straight away to the main reading, although I don't promise that channeling won't come through as I lay these cards out. So we have the auroric field 52, or the number 7. It's time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. Interesting, because the shell was giving me kind of that protection, that hard shell, and the universe has your back. Okay, so something's going on here with you energetically. Let's see. Assertiveness. It looks like the solar eclipse. Assertiveness. Okay. And we have emergence, 25, another 7. So look at that, mirrored numbers, 52 and 25. It says the frequency of emergence invites us to approach the reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. 7 is all about faith, wisdom, okay, reflection and understanding. We have the file, mystery, strangeness, and transformation, the intuitive eyes. And we have the chair, 41. The empty chair sometimes signifies people leaving from our life, or us leaving from situations, leaving situations behind with the empty chair. 41. And then we have 44 with eternity. Wow, look at that. 44 is a master number. Integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and temple, manifestation and leadership. And we have resistance. Resistance. We have wisdom. Look at that. Very interesting card. Wisdom. We have lead your metamorphosis. With the butterfly, metamorphosis is all about transformation. 53. So now we have 52 and 53 in succession. Butterflies are also about freedom. Your pile, I forgot to mention when I was pulling your cards, they were coming out very uniquely. Okay, and you guys got 3 of these that wanted to come out. Creator, Earth, Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And we have prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy with 36, or the number 9. And we have new beginnings with this beautiful card here. Okay, so let me sit with this energy. You can go straight away to your main reading as I channel this energy. Okay, pile 3, I think you're doubting. You're doubting sort of where you're going to end up here, okay? And I feel it's been very difficult for you. And so I feel like there's certain things you're resisting naturally that we don't want to have to part with, or that we don't want to let out of our life, or that we're not quite sure. You know, and so it's difficult. It's very difficult, and we're trying to navigate, and we can't see, and our happiness is blocked. And I'm feeling a heavy sadness here, because we might think that we'll never see the light again, or that things will never be happy. And because all we've experienced here is walking in darkness and not being able to understand why this is happening to us. Where are we headed? What are we creating? What is this changing me into? Why is this change even happening? When will I be able to see? How come I feel sometimes I see and sometimes I don't know? And this is very different. And so we start to resist certain things, and we start to be guarded against certain things, and we start to shut certain things out, including ourselves, because we don't know. We have no answers here. So what you're messaging here from your spirit team is that trust that what is happening here is a massive shift in your spiritual transformation, that you will see and become very much understanding. You'll understand very much why this has happened, and you'll be in an energy here of looking back with the clarity and understanding as to this had to happen in a certain way for you to gain what it is that you needed. So when we resist, when we hum and haw because we're not quite sure, our mind keeps us kind of in a state that doesn't allow us to commit to the metamorphosis and change with an energy that will allow it to move more smooth, will allow us to be in a more positive energy, will allow this to unfold, because it's going to unfold one way or another, so that the truest version of ourselves can be experienced and exposed here. And so when things shift, when people leave our life, or when we have to close out chapters, this is the only way we can have new beginnings, and that the sun does rise again. And so if we're fixated on what hadn't worked or what's not going right, it causes darkness, it causes sadness, it causes us to lose touch with our intuition, it causes us to lose trust and faith in the universe. We don't know whether we are being protected or if we're alone and making decisions. You're always protected. The universe always has your back. And what is confusing doesn't have to mean you're not on the right path. And if it's confusing, it doesn't mean that you can't surrender to the universe and say, universe, guide me in the right direction. I will take the appropriate steps I need to, because what I truly want is clarity and happiness, even if it means a new beginning. I don't have to understand it. I don't have to mentally write the story right now. All I really truly want is not to suffer. All I really truly want is to emerge so that I can have a new beginning in this life, where I can find happiness and joy again, where I can create and manifest again for myself, even if it is something new. I am ready to part with whatever I need to part with, including an old part of myself, because staying in this energy and resisting and fighting something that is going to happen anyway makes me suffer and torture here when I don't need to. So just because I don't understand and I don't see and I feel a block, I'm still going to trust in the universe, trust in God, trust in this transformation, trust that the best version of me is going to be coming out. So I'm going to open myself up to this change, and I'm going to be gentle with myself, and I'm going to be honest with how I'm feeling to myself. That if I don't understand, I can say I don't understand, but that doesn't mean that I can't move forward. That if I feel pain and suffering because I have to part with something, that I'm honest with the pain and suffering, but that I know that the sun will rise and that there's better for me, and that eventually I'm going to get there. But I have to start walking. I have to start moving. And if I need a break, I take a break. I don't beat myself up for sitting and reflecting, however long it takes me, but I don't walk backwards. I don't complain and bargain with the universe to change things. I don't say I need to understand fully before I can take a step forward. I say, universe, I'm not prepared right just yet because I need to gain my bearings. And the universe says, okay, I have your back. And then we pray to the universe and say, I'm ready to step forward, but I don't know how. because I don't see it. And the universe says, give me your hand, child. I will walk you through. You will get there, because your greatest self, your truest self is coming out. And so when your truest self comes out, untainted by the whole world that you've lived in your experience, we have to shed lots of falsities about ourselves, people, situations, circumstances. It no longer suits you. It's no longer a part of who you are. And so the universe will pull people out of your life that no longer are helping you in your expansion, that are no longer allowing you the growth and the movement. And so working with the universe allows us to move in a much more calm sort of energy, so that we're able to make this transformation more peaceful, and so that it happens a little quicker. So let's see. Pile number 3. What does the universe and your spirit team want to communicate to you right here, right now? For pile 3, spirit, clear and concise message from pile 3's spirit team, spirit guides. What exactly are they needing to know right here, right now? Anything I've missed, deeper message, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so much. Okay, so the only cards kind of revealing themselves is the Sun. Most positive card in the tarot we could possibly pull with the beautiful sunflowers here. And the 9 Pentacles, which is also a very beautiful positive card in the tarot. It's the only thing that revealed itself. The universe, your spirit team is saying, hey, pile 3, joy, falling on this happiness and joy, the most joyful card. Okay, this highlights all the positivity in a spread and waters down any negativity. So the certainty is coming, the clarity is coming, the joy is coming, the sunlight you're walking to. You'll see this. It will come to you. You can stand on your own again. You can have the material wealth, the confidence back, the stability you need. It's coming. You will see it. You're coming to this point, okay? This is where you're going to come to. Now, how you get here is up to you. How you get here is up to you, okay? So let's see. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So this is self-sabotage. This is conflict. This is sometimes us doing things not in our best, sort of for the best for us, because for whatever reason, it could be inner subconscious. We are self-sabotaging, making things more difficult here. And so I feel like maybe we want to come out of any sort of self-sabotage. Maybe we want to come out of any difficult situations. And Spirit's saying, you can come out of this. There's no reason you have to stay in this. And if you are in this, it's of your own sort of choice or decision, or you mentally thinking you have to stay, mentally engaging in a way that makes you feel like you're stuck here, which you're not. Okay, yeah, 5 Wands. Conflict with other people, conflict with situations. You know, this is like mental conflict as well, like internal conflict or conflicted. And you can come out of this, okay? It's in reverse. Coming out of mental conflict, coming out of conflict with others, self-sabotage, disagreements, arguments. Knight of Wands in reverse. So we've lost our fire. We've lost our fire. I'm getting this, okay? Assertiveness is this Knight of Wands in the upright. It's like, I feel something's blocked your sun, okay? Like I was getting eclipse here when I did the layout, and here's the beautiful sun. So I feel like something's blocked your passion to move forward. And it could be because we let other people get in the way. We let our own thoughts get in the way. We let our own situation, circumstances bring us down. And so we're saying, what's the point? What's the point moving forward? What's there to kind of get excited about? So I sit here in this sort of energy. And when Spirit's saying you can leave this energy, you can up and leave this energy. You don't have to stay here. The universe has your back. Okay, take as long as you're needing to gain your bearings, but do not dwell in what did not work, what has not worked. because you'll get closer to happiness once you start walking this path. 2 Pentacles in reverse. So we have to make this decision. Okay, 2 is all about choices, decisions, finding balance. And the 2 Pentacles here is the lopsided sort of 2 of Pentacles, because we feel like we have to take from one area to give to another, and it's hard to find balance, and maybe financially and maybe even materially or structurally in some way we're not getting the support we feel we need. Okay, but there is a way for you to have balance, and you have to choose to be open to the universe to move in this direction. Okay, because the longer we sit in sort of this energy of not being able to choose for ourselves to find balance and stability, we remain in a 5 Swords situation and conflict. So we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So 4 Pentacles is sometimes known as the false emperor, because we build something we're hanging on to, thinking it's our empire, at the expense of a real empire. Give me a second. Sorry, I thought I heard someone at the door. So we hang on to this empire. You know, we build something, and if we let go of it, we feel like we could lose out. And so this is kind of the card of being too held back, hanging on too tight. And the universe is saying, you're going to need to let go of something here. Okay, let go, walk away, let go, move on from. Don't stay in suffering situations here. The choice is up to you to move towards something. Okay, you don't have to stay in turbulency because you're hanging on to a little thing that you think is an empire. I say little, but I mean, you might think it's the whole world here. And the universe is saying this is little compared to what you can have here, because the 4 of Pentacles is no 10 Pentacles. Okay, it's no extreme bliss walking towards this beautiful new beginning. So you can have a 9 Pentacles, which essentially is you being ready to write your legacy here in a situation, and you'll have the clarity in how to get here once you let go of whatever you're hanging on to, or whatever you're attached to, or whatever you're telling yourself you need to be attached to. It's causing turbulency here. Okay, so let's pull another one for beautiful pile number 3 and see what your spirit team is wanting you to know then. Spirits, for pile 3, can we ask pile 3's spirit team, what exactly is pile 3 needing to know then? What are they needing to know right here, right now for pile number 3? Spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for them. What am I missing? Anything else pile 3 is needing to know right here, right now that will help them in this journey, this transformation? So we have 2 Wands. Don't read bottom of the deck reverse, and under that we have the World. Okay, so the decision is yours. Okay, 2 Wands, the decision. This is choosing the wand of the Dharma, the path that sometimes is harder. And sometimes we choose the other wand, which is the easier path, the path we know. Okay, you're at a crossroads. Time to make a decision here. Do we want to hang on to that mini empire of the 5 Swords and 5 Wands and hanging on for dear life with something here that isn't bringing happiness, or do we want to choose the other wand? Your spirit team is saying choose the wand that wraps up a cycle here. Closure, cycle, end of cycle, so that you could prepare for a new beginning, because after the World comes a new beginning. But in order to have this beautiful new beginning, we have to close something out. We choose this. Okay, we leave whatever this is. We actively choose to not engage with whatever this is, pull away, and we're protected during this process. Look at that, 10 Pentacles, exactly what I said. So from a 9 Pentacles, we can get into a 10 Pentacle. This is like the lottery win in the tarot, okay? This is our legacy, our long-term stability, abundance, okay? What we could build long-term for ourselves. Family, 10 Wands. So it's become a struggle here with the 10 Wands. It's very heavy, it's a burden. We're carrying the load ourselves. And you can have this 10 Pentacles, but it doesn't need to be a burden here, okay? Doesn't need to be a burden, because the universe wants to help move you this way. You just have to choose this wand, which is letting go of whatever you're hanging on to here. 4 Swords in reverse. So the 4 of Swords is a healing card because it's reflecting and taking time. Okay, but I feel like instead of taking time maybe to reflect and to let go and then to heal from something here, we're resisting. I feel we're resisting, okay? Here, resistance. Because the healing starts when we let go, when we accept some sort of truth. And so I always get from Four Swords, it's like we sit with the truth, no matter how painful, because one sword plus the three is always three swords. It's sadness, it's being separated from the ones we love, it's dealing with heartbreak, but once we deal with it, we're able to move to the next stage. Okay, but there's some sort of truth we're needing to embrace in order for us to heal, to reflect on, so that we can start moving, so that we can make this decision. Yeah, King of Swords. Okay, the King of Swords makes the right decision, and he knows. Okay, he doesn't sort of waffle here and hum and haw, and he knows the best decision to make for his future. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be a masculine so much as the King of Swords, very logical. He's make decisions here that are in line with truth, clarity. Yes. 7 swords. So this is the deception, self-deception. Okay, this is being under the radar in some way, or not being completely open and honest. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse. So we're not being honest, I feel, here with self in some way, because I feel like in order for you to explore this new beginning, we have to be like this Page of Wands, adventurous, ready to go on a journey, to explore. We're shutting this out at the expense of hanging on to something that we feel we can't quite part with here. And it's very heavy for us to do this. So I feel like we're sitting here in 7 swords, 5 swords, 5 wands at this crossroads, and we can make this decision to wrap something up here. So let's see, what's the 7 of swords about, Spirit? What's the 7 of swords about? Magician. You can manifest. You have all the tools. The magician has all the tools in his arsenal to make something happen. Okay? And the magician in the tarot, I don't know necessarily, I'm seeing all of the suits here, but this is like a new manifestation in all areas of your life. Okay? Cups, wands, pentacles, swords. It's like new beginnings in all areas of your life by manifesting what the universe is calling you to do. But you're the master magician here. You make things happen here. Okay, the universe can only put it in front of you. You have to choose. And so I feel with this 7 of swords here, we're not being honest with the power that we actually have to manifest what we want here. And so we feel as though we're at a disadvantage. We feel as though we have to hang on to something. We feel as though we have to be committed to an unhappy situation. We feel stuck, and we don't have to. We can manifest what we want. We have everything we need to make it happen here. Okay, and we might not be seeing this. And it takes you moving in the direction that's calling you, that I feel you know, okay, you know, with this King Swords, that makes sense for you to have a new beginning. But it would be painful to have to close something out. But I feel like this is needed in order for you to do the healing that you require, so you can manifest happiness, so you can get into the sunlight. Otherwise, you stay in suffering. Okay, so you don't want to stay there. I mean, the universe will eventually pull you out, but the resistance creates more suffering. So what am I missing? 3 cards here for beautiful pile 3. What are they needing to know, Spirit? Final message, anything I've missed, anything they need to know that's going to provide more clarity for beautiful pile number 3. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. 8 swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, and 4 pentacles. Again, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is all about being curious about learning, okay? New beginning and understanding, getting clear and asking the right questions so that we can start to see things differently. And so I feel like you have an intuition happening here that you're ignoring with this. Oh, this is High Priest, not High Priestess. Okay. So High Priest is the Hierophant in the tarot, okay? And it's in reverse. So I feel like you're ignoring some greater truth with the King of Swords here and this High Priestess, some greater truth as an inner knowing that you have, that a decision has to be made. And this would require you to let go of something you're hanging on to, okay? Because I feel like your mindset here, your mindset with this 8 swords has to be shifted from a limiting sort of mindset. What will I miss out on? What do I got to part with? What's going on bad? And staying in that sort of mind space, rather than understanding and committing to accepting whatever it is you need to let go of for the greater good of something you can manifest in your life. Going from a 4 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles. Okay, going into the sunlight from wherever you're sitting here, which I feel is suffering in some way. So we have to start asking ourselves, how do we begin this journey? What do I need to let go of? Because this is us thinking that we have to hang on to something because we might risk something. Okay, and this is a greater commitment of understanding and knowledge. And look, we have 2 keys, which is all about the answer. We're not wanting to engage with what we know is right, or what we might believe that we're supposed to sort of be doing for the higher purpose of self, because we're hanging on to something we feel we need to keep. Knight of Wands again. So moving forward, exploring, okay, working with the universe to go explore, not being so fixated on what will happen exactly and how it will happen exactly, because I feel like you're wanting to see something here. Okay, you're really wanting to see something here before you sort of step forward, and the universe is saying, trust. Trust you're manifesting this. Trust this will unfold. Trust you'll see what you need to see when you need to see it. But don't be holding back. Don't stay in your comfort zone. Don't be hanging on to something you need to be sort of moving out of, because it's at the risk of this new beginning, which you're able to create. Okay, you're going to manifest something here and create something beautiful here. Don't doubt this. And this comes with a lot of prosperity. Okay, prosperity, like I said, the lottery win, happiness, joy with the sun. So not only is it going to provide you with abundance, material wealth, whatever wealth means to you, it's also going to provide you with extreme happiness and joy. Okay, this is where the Spirit's leading you to, but you need to start getting sort of curious about, how do I then release this thing that has me thinking I need to stay committed or stuck to it? I don't need to do that. I just need to shift my sort of understanding here, okay? So, pile number 3, this is your message. I love you very, very much. I hope this helped you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.